As a matter of
Assalamu
fact,
alaikum.
there's one that
Hello
looks
guys,
perfect
I
for
am
you two.
Xmuch Gaming. Welcome to my Xmuch
Uncle
Gaming
Dai is
channel.
one of the foremen at
Today I am
Glaishan
doing
Hall
the
over
story quest
Liyue
of Genshin
Harbor.
Impact. I
He's
hope
hoping the
you will
Adventurers
enjoy the
Guild can
video.
spare some manpower.
Okay, let's
What is it
we
we have to
start
do
now.
exactly?
I believe you'll be looking for workers.
Ooh, looking
Yes,
for
I
people?
do.
Awesome, we're good at that.
I have no reason to doubt your abilities.
Thank you.
I'm sure the details can be worked out face to face. If you're willing to accept this commission, head over to the dock and talk to Uncle Dai.
Okay. नहीं बात तो करेंगे हम जाके अंकल डाई से उनका बाल डाई होंगे नहीं बाल डाई नहीं है
I am indeed. Ah, now then. You must be the adventurers assigned by the guild.
Huh? How can
Yes
you
we
tell?
are.
By the clothes on your back and the look on your face. Experienced adventurers at that, I'll wager.
Right again.
You have a
You're
good
pretty
eye.
perceptive.
Eyes.
In this trade, you need a sharp eye for people, not just
I'm on.
rocks. Uncle Dai can see
Key
what you're
voice
made of
of
from
the
a long
Paimon
way off. Alright, my assistant should be arriving soon, so let's just wait here a moment.
Woo woo. That's why we're here. Now there's someone else taking a cut?
Well, to tell you the truth, this is a very difficult matter. Too much for adventurers alone to handle life here.
So there is someone else. Do you think we're not up to the job?
It just occurred to me that you don't have all the facts. The incident in question happened in a mine,
I'm
and it's
on
a little out of
so
the
angry.
ordinary, to say the least. Mines are dangerous places, as I'm sure you're aware. As such, I've enlisted an industry expert to cover all contingencies. Last time I checked, adventurers weren't experts in ore appraisal or geological analysis. With a professional by your side, everything should run smoothly. Besides, this guy's the best in his field. No matter the rock, he'll tell you its value to the nearest mora at a glance. I'd go as far to say that there's not a soul on Tevat that knows rocks better than him. I'd be a fool to not enlist an expert of his caliber.
You're a fool if you think you found Tevat's #1 rock expert.
Oh? And why might that be?
Because Tevat's #1 rock expert happens to be a friend of ours. Ha ha! Didn't expect that, did you? Wait here, we'll go fetch him. Paimon bets Zhongli is listening to the storyteller. Let's head over.
In our last tale, Rex Lapis.
Zhongli, there you are!
Oh. Here for a few tales? I didn't know you two were connoisseurs.
Oh, no, we're here for
No,
you.
no, no. We're not
do
here
you
for
have
that.
time?
Ah, something I'm rarely short of.
We need someone who understands geology and ore.
Someone who understands geology and ore.
Is
Take a
that
look
you?
around. Is there anyone in Tevat more qualified? The requester claims to have enlisted Tevat's #1 rock expert, but Paimon doesn't believe a word of it. Nobody understands rocks better than you.
You appear to have taken his claim quite personally on my behalf.
Oh, no. It's just... Uncle Dai doesn't know what he's talking about. Paimon just wants to enlighten him.
I see. Well, then it will be my pleasure to accompany you.
Really?
But I should inform you that despite my expertise, I cannot necessarily claim to be a leading authority. We are at all times adrift in a sea of learning. New knowledge should be welcomed with open arms. Still, I imagine I will be of help to you in this endeavor. If we do encounter an expert, I look forward to broadening my own understandings.
Stop being
Thank
so
you,
modest, Zhongli. Well, we got him.
Oh,
Let's head back to Uncle Dai.
No use me singing his praises. You'll have to see for yourselves.
Is this the place?
Aha! Speak of the devil. Allow me to introduce my assistant, Kun-jun. Young Kun, these are 2 adventurers assigned to us. And as for this gentleman... Longsheng Funeral Parlor's consultant. Mr. Zhongli. I've heard about you. They say you're a man of great knowledge and many talents. I had no idea I'd be meeting you in person today.
I am sure I recognize you. Have we met at the parlor? Wait, I've never been to the parlor.
Uncle Dai, aren't you gonna test them?
Huh? I wouldn't know where to start.
Then they can figure out a way to test each other. If Zhongli wins, he's the assistant. If Zhongli loses... never mind. Zhongli won't lose.
A contest? Why, it would be my pleasure.
I admire your enthusiasm, good sir.
I must say, you certainly have the look of an industry expert about you. It'll be interesting to see which one of us wins.
Stop talking the talk and start walking the walk.
I'm just saying it like I see it. Which is, incidentally, the only skill I have worth talking about.
So you're an appraiser, Mr. Kun-jun.
Well, no. Actually, I've already forgotten what I'm in Liyue Harbor for. I was standing by the side of the road one day when Uncle Dai called me over. He saw me holding a rock and asked me a few questions. He seemed incredibly excited, even followed me for a while. We arranged to meet here.
Huh? How could you forget something like that?
I saw him on my way over to Liyue Harbor, poring over rocks and muttering to himself. He looked to be very familiar with them. I asked him a few questions out of curiosity. To my surprise, he knew more than me, an old mining foreman. In any case, he didn't have any pressing matters and agreed to help me.
So, do you have a poor memory?
Not exactly. Anyway, if it's rocks you need help with, I can most certainly lend a hand. Mr. Zhongli, what do you make of this rock?
A glossy exterior, with a fissure that could only have been left in the wake of a volcanic eruption. If I'm not mistaken, this is a rough gem from another nation.
Ah, a keen eye.
It's no ordinary rough gem. Fragile surface layer, black veining. My intuition tells me that there's high-quality crystal ore inside.
Remarkable! This rock does indeed hail from the vicinity of a volcano. I came across it in a market and snapped it straight up. The seller thought it was some leftover industrial remnant. They had no inkling of the treasure that lay within. Purity and geological rarity alone aren't enough to make a treasure. Some of the most precious crystals contain deposits of water or sand. In the moment of its formation, the crystal hidden within this stone shell captured a pocket of water. For water to be hidden in its depths, like a moon concealed within a mountain, reflecting shafts of daylight that make it through. Now that's a rare treasure.
Such a detailed description. Almost like he saw it with his own 2 eyes. Say, you're not trying to hoodwink us, are you? After all, we haven't even seen what's inside yet.
Everything he said is true. Most crystals are born in high-temperature environments. Heat and water aren't natural bedfellows, of course, which is why crystals with water deposits are so sought after. Moreover, this particular crystal contains mountain lake water. A rare find indeed.
Well, if Zhongli says so, it must be true.
I've yet to encounter anyone with a judgment as shrewd as yours, Mr. Zhongli. How did you know exactly what lay within?
I've seen many such stones in my time. I recognized it immediately. I hope you didn't mind me flaunting my experience, Mr. Kun-jun.
Of course not. I feel I've met a kindred spirit here today. I hope you will accept my friendship. Uncle Dai, it would be a mistake for Mr. Zhongli not to join us. Trust me when I say that his level of expertise is unrivaled in the trade. You won't come across another of his caliber in your lifetime.
Very well. There is strength in numbers, after all. Everyone, follow me to the chasm. There are men counting on you to find them.
Whoa, this mine is huge.
This is where the incident occurred. 6 days ago, a group of us left the site to attend to other matters. When we returned, the 4 men we'd left behind had vanished. I led a team around the entire mine, but found no trace. That's when I decided to enlist help.
So 4 miners have disappeared.
Yes, there were 10 of us. We lost Long, Bold Sen, Brave Sen, and Mao. I worked with all of them.
Workers in this trade are usually young men in the prime of their lives. Could it be that the 4 of them left for another mine?
Unlikely. There's no other lodging for miles around, and we didn't pass any other mines on the way over.
Huh. Such a huge mine. Did you really manage to explore every corner?
Underground, overground, we left no stone unturned. We tried everything short of digging further into the earth itself. How could 4 sturdy young men just vanish into the bedrock?
We'll need to explore the site ourselves before extracting any conclusions.
That's so mystery about them 4.
Over here! What's this? A pile of shirts, some trousers.
Huh. A few everyday items. They must belong to Uncle Dai and his men.
1, 2, 3, 4.
होना ही है जैसे परी में तो वो वही
That seems
4 ही
right.
होंगे और क्या
10 shirts, 10 pairs of trousers. These must be spares, right? Look, Uncle Dai's clothes are identical.
The 4 of them have been gone for 6 days without a change of clothes.
There's also a few handkerchiefs and some soap lying around. Oh, and some tool belts.
Items for washing one's face before the dawn shift. Mining equipment.
So, they didn't take any supplies.
Correct. Improbable. There are 4 pickaxes missing. It seems likely they left with the tools of their trade. They had time to take their tools, but not their everyday items? Curious.
Huh. Why would someone set off with their tools, but leave their luggage behind?
1, they were working close by and didn't need to move their personal effects. But seeing as they've yet to return, this seems an unlikely hypothesis. Or 2, they were forced to leave and had no time to think about their supplies.
Oh.
It's certainly a possibility. We'll need more clues before any further inference can be made.
If they didn't leave, maybe they were made to leave. Let's make a note. Kunjun, what do you have there?
Oh, right on time.
Did you find anything?
There's a chunk of ore here. Perhaps there are clues within.
Or, what does it have to do with the disappearance?
Let's find out. I'll give it a try. A moment, please. Okay.
रोक में से क्या ढूंढ रहा है ये He have some kind of power or some skills.
concentrating really hard. What's he up
मुझे
to?
सब कुछ सोचना है
I see. 4 men
देखते हैं
following
भाई, मैं
someone out of the
सोचना है,
mine.
करते की मैं भाई
It looks like a child.
A child? What's a child doing in a mine?
चाइल्ड के पीछे कैसे 4
I'm
महीने
not sure.
Also, how did you see anything exactly?
Oh, I don't mean see in the traditional sense.
Tell me, bro. Tell me.
I would appreciate
Why?
it if what I'm about to
How?
tell you remained a secret. It's a little odd. I've never dared to tell anyone before. I can perceive the memories of ore.
Huh?
Perceive?
ओहो भाई साहब,
So there's
bro
no
को देख के memory दे
conjecture at
सकते
work?
You
Oh, some kind of
mean
power
you
या
can
skill
put your
करना
hand
पड़ता।
on a rock and boom, it just happens?
I've always sensed that ore contains memories. Sometimes it records events that occur in the surrounding area. All I have to do is touch one and focus my attention, and the memories come to me.
Amazing! So you can find out everything that ever happened there.
Oh,
It depends on the ore.
so amazing.
Some ores have astounding memories. Others, like iron ore and white iron ore, aren't up to much. Their memories are hazy. Core lapis and crystal memories are much stronger.
Okay.
They record more events and in greater detail.
Stone seeing. Fascinating. A rare ability indeed. It was prudent of Uncle Dai to recruit you, Mr. Kunjun.
I'm glad I can be of assistance. Based on what I saw,
Some kind
I
of
believe
power,
they
bro.
followed this path.
This will take us north, away from the mine.
North. Another clue for Uncle Dai. Let's make a note of it.
My name is Wanyu. I belong to Liyue's Shangyu Hall.
Most
I head
welcome,
up our
sis.
human culture and civilization research.
Huh? You sure you're not a miner?
Okay,
A
sister,
miner?
Okay.
Yeah, we're looking for a group
पाइमोन
of
कहाँ से
four
मायने
souls
लगती है
carrying
ये
mining equipment.
पाइमोन खीर पाइमोन तुम भी ना अजीब
think
बात
I
है
saw
तुम्हारी
those
कहाँ
people.
से मायने लग रही है
Yes, I set off from Nantianmen the day before yesterday.
चलो
heading for
शुक्र है कुछ
Lingju
क्लू तो
Pass.
लगा
About halfway there, I came across some people. I was in a hurry. I didn't get a good look. I'm afraid I'm not even sure what they looked like. Apologies.
I think that's all we needed to hear. Thank you.
No
I hope it's
problem,
useful to
sis.
you.
Not
I'd better
problem,
get
sis, no
going.
problem.
There's a conference I need to attend. Again, thank you all for your help.
Okay, sis, goodbye.
According
Goodbye,
to the
goodbye.
sky, the
Dafaa
miners were heading for Nantian.
Bye-bye.
Can we be absolutely sure that it was the men that we're looking for?
A child with a group of adults. Sounds pretty close to Paimon.
I don't think so.
But
Hey, perhaps
Pretty
that rock over there could
close
tell
to
us
me,
more.
bro.
aha! Paimon nearly forgot about her
Oh,
secret
we have
weapon.
some kind of
It
power,
looks
guy.
promising. I'll do my best.
पाइमोन साहब की याददाश्त बहुत छोटी है, भूल जाती चीज। चलो याद है उसको। पाइमोन so adorable. His voice so cute. Let's see what we see in this rock.
It's the same group, all right. They followed this road.
Mr. Kunjun, your stone seeing is something I won't forget in a hurry.
I suppose it is an asset, though I rarely find a use for it. But praise from Mr. Zhongli is high praise indeed.
It's a good thing we brought our Kunjun compass along. We would have lost all sense of direction a long time ago.
You think so? I guess it's been a worthwhile
compass.
trip then. It feels like
पाइमोन
we're
साहब
cracking a
नाम तो
criminal
नहीं बहुत
case.
की ना।
It's a lot of fun.
Conjun
Be that
compass.
as it may, we would do well to keep our
Conjun
guards
compass.
high. 4 fully grown men in a trance-like state, walking ceaselessly day and night. over hills and mountains, led by a child.
That's true, Mr. Zhongli.
This
That's
is no
true.
ordinary incident.
Oh, you're quite right, Mr. Zhongli. We should have our wits about us.
That's not all.
Hello
That's
guys,
not all.
please like and
Our
subscribe.
scholar was
This is
attacked
the
by
first
Geovicious
part of my
hatchlings.
video.
The level of aggression they exhibited was unusual. We have encountered many clues along the way. So far, they've pointed us in the right direction. The miners headed in the direction of Nantianmen the day before yesterday. From here, they would have had to navigate a perilous mountain road. If their destination is indeed Nantianmen, we should be able to catch up with them.
Great! No time to lose!
पिछले पार्ट में हमने कुछ क्लू इकट्ठे किए थे जिनमें 4 माइनर्स थे, वो एकदम किडनैप, उनको कुछ पता नहीं था, तो उनके बारे में क्लूज इकट्ठे करते करते उनके पीछे चलते चलते क्लूज के, तो हम इन लड़के के पास पहुँचे। इस लड़के ने बताया कि वो किस साइड पे गए हैं, तो इस लड़के की क्लू को इकट्ठे करते करते तो हम चलेंगे उधर माइनर्स को ढूंढने, तो चलते हैं।
I left a mark in the vicinity just now. If Uncle Dai does pass through here, it should guide him to us.
Clever thinking! A classic Zhongli move!
Oh, such an immense tree.
Such an immense tree.
So beautiful.
And there's so many mysterious looking crystals up there too! Amazing!
This ancient tree.
Yes, so amazing.
Let's conduct separate investigations. I'll take that area. Perhaps you could survey this section.
Okay, Zhongli,
All right then.
हो
Let's go
सकता है।
see. Maybe he found another miner.
वो भी तो चलते हैं माइनर की तरफ, देखते हैं।
Listen.
These are the miners. What are they doing here?
Ooh,
लगता है कुछ खोद रहे हैं यहाँ पर रोड के तो सील है मेरे ख्याल से किसी चीज़ की।
I'm afraid that this whole tunnel is the
कर
fruit
क्या
of
रहे हैं सील के
strenuous
पास ये
labor.
लोग? चलो देखते हैं क्या हो रहा है इनके पास।
that gate. Has it been
Ah.
here all along?
हो सकता है वैसे
Digging
कभी
a
देखा
tunnel
नहीं।
to this ancient
जब
sea.
बहुत दफा आए हैं लेकिन कभी देखा नहीं, इसलिए कोई कहाँ से आ गया।
They would undoubtedly persevere. Until
इनके ऊपर कोई ब्लैक सी एनर्जी है मेरे ख्याल से, something possess
So
them, I think so. They are so angry. Zhongli, do this something do this. That's so big shield.
what do we do? We can't hurt them.
Yes, we can't hurt them. Where this child coming from? Who is she? Something like a black hole is creating the seed. Oh, we need to defeat this monster first.
What type of
Let's
monster is
feed them
this?
first and
You arrive at my doorstep of your own volition. Excellent. Taking revenge for sealing me away will be all the easier.
So, the little girl is your power incarnate. But if you recall, Ishtar, this is not how we intended for events to transpire.
Waste not your words. Your life is mine.
Shut it! Oh. Let's go! Shake it and stir!
This one's not enough. You would forsake me again?
If that is what you choose to believe, so be it. He who bears the weight of memory is destined to shoulder the burden of truth, as it ought to be. Gather! This is order.
I'm going in!
Crumble.
Boring!
Morax! You think you can destroy me?
Stabilize! Gather!
Be crushed.
Diana Special!
Solidify!
Keep that!
Fisher!
Shaken and stirred!
Order guide you.
There is no atonement for 1,000-year pain!
No.
Morax, 1,000 years after you sealed me underground, you return for the second time.
You should call it by its name, Azhdaha. Fate.
Fate? Fate?
Why he's so smiling?
So here lies the wisdom of the gods. Destroy all deemed redundant. Enlist tyrants to ravage the wilderness.
No. You have forgotten.
What this person have a such light, and who is he? He's Azhdaha too?
Kunjun?
But
Morax,
how?
It's been a while.
You're
Azhdaha. The very same.
The very same
During
Azhdaha. How?
You imbued us with your power.
Yes. It was all I could manage. Forgive me for concealing the truth, traveler. There were
कोई
things that
बात नहीं
became
bro.
clear to me
कुछ नहीं
upon
होता, खैर
reaching
है.
this
It's
tree.
okay.
Allow me to elaborate. I am not
Okay.
Azhdaha the whole, but a fragment.
A fragment?
Heaven and earth, yin and yang, opposing forces. You can consider the existence of me and the Azhdaha you see there to be a reflection of such polarities. We are a schism of the will of Azhdaha.
Okay.
So there are two Ashdahas?
Yes, my moon. Yes, there are two Azdahas.
That's impossible.
When the seal loosened, your power
That's, I think
manifested
so.
in this world as a child. With this new identity, you were able to vent about the forces that suppressed you. But would anyone listen? Would they even care? That's when it occurred to you. The loosening of the seal constituted an opportunity to strike back. Kidnapping the miners was all in aid of digging to the entrance to the seal itself. Your plan was to launch an attack on both ends, from outside and within, thereby fully destroying the seal.
Okay.
Are you insane? If you truly are a part of me, how is it you find yourself standing on the side of the betrayer?
I was another power awakened with the loosening of the seal. Too weak to reincarnate, but strong enough to possess a human body. I was barely conscious. I couldn't remember who I was. Only the past would elicit a reaction from me. But my aim was clear. Find Morax and aid him in stopping you.
I had sensed that something was amiss when you mentioned Dragonfall. Had your power been but a little stronger, I would have recognized you.
Don't blame yourself. I have changed beyond all recognition. Only when I touched the stone tablet did I truly remember. It's been so long. A secret beyond all comprehension of youthful humanity and ancient dragonkind. Morax, do you want to tell the tale?
There would be no harm in it. The decision is yours.
You haven't changed. Then allow me. Azhdaha was once a friend and ally of the Geo-Archon Morax, with a lifespan far exceeding that of mankind. However, that which is derived of the Earth is no more or less than the Earth itself. The memories of rocks do not last long. Those memories that survive are rooted in powerful emotion. But as time passes, so these memories fade into obscurity. Erosion is the world's greatest destroyer of memories. Erosion ground Azhdaha's consciousness into oblivion. Slowly, he forgot the face of his old friend, and his memories of defending Liyue Harbor disintegrated. Azhdaha, now incomplete, became irascible, aggressive.
What would you expect? It was humanity that attacked the ley lines that sustained me.
This much is true, which is why you attacked the chasm, why you waged war against Morax. In the beginning, in order to open up new territory and increase production, the citizens of Liyue came to the mountains.
There's some more information here.
Overexploitation caused the ley lines to quake, which brought untold suffering to us. Erosion made us even more savage. No matter how we struggled, we lost the ability to coexist with humanity. We lost all reason. Morax shared with us some of his power to prevent further erosion, but it was futile. Everything returns to dust. It is the natural order, an unstoppable force. And so, we became you. And from your will, I emerged.
Okay. He is so angry right now.
Witness the
final contract
and Morax. You can hate me, but you cannot deny me.
That's true, bro. That's true.
No. No.
You can't deny your heart.
The remnants of Azhdaha's benevolence. The echo of a contract set in stone.
Okay.
A willingness to go further. A willingness to coexist peacefully with mankind.
Okay.
No. It is I, Azhdaha, forged of elemental crystal, bearer of the weight and memories of the earth, older than the mountains and the oceans that decides. I will not swear allegiance to this insect.
Morax
Okay.
is not an insect.
That's
Lord
true,
over
bro.
insects is nothing but an insect in turn.
You forgot yourself. Nobody held Morax in higher regard than you or I.
That's
That
true,
which you
bro.
have forgotten, I hold here in my heart. If you are the memory of the earth, then I am the memory of coexistence. Of
Okay.
coexistence with humanity.
Okay.
Powers under heaven, rise and fall of land and sea.
A star appears within the wild. A sun ascends as bright as jade. Strange. What is this feeling? And all this?
You are spent, and I will soon disappear. Before I do, heed these words.
Okay.
In the wilderness, snow falls on a spring day. In an instant, it will melt, even where it is fleeting and leaves no trace.
Okay.
Even where it will never fall again.
Okay.
No! That isn't true! I don't accept this as fate!
Perhaps it isn't, but it remains an inevitable misfortune.
Okay.
More axe!
Now he's gone.
The
He's
little
dead
girl
now?
vanished.
Sealed away.
Are you satisfied, Ishtaha?
I had to make amends. Satisfaction had no part in it.
Yes, you're right,
So,
bro.
Morax, you call yourself Zhongli these days.
I do.
Well, I'm afraid old habits die hard. To me, you're Morax.
As you please.
He is so kind,
I never
and
did
the other
forget your
half is
gift
so
of sight.
angry.
I hardly lifted a finger. Think nothing of it.
And yet, you could see. You wouldn't know the yearning of a blind dragon, searching for the sun. A pair of eyes, from Morax to Ejda. This. I will remember this.
Oh,
Your power is nearly spent.
yes, yes.
Perceptive as always, my friend.
Shall we get going, you and I?
Surely the pressing
This
matter is
route
still
has
that of
made
the miners trapped
so
outside the
long.
silo.
Indeed. Hence the need to get...
Straight down
I
to
am
business as
emotional for
always.
Zhongli, for him
Let's go.
against him.
Kunjun, we should be calling you Ejdaha. You're coming back to Liyue Harbor too, right?
Not I. Merely this body. Once I'm gone, the true owner will accompany the miners back to Liyue. Kunjun hails from a family of famous artisans. He too will be famous in time. It
Yes.
would be a shame for someone of his talent to go missing.
You
Yes,
always
you're right.
did have a great admiration for blacksmiths.
Curious how swords and daggers are blind, yet their creators see so much. Perhaps empathy is mankind's proudest achievement after all.
Ishtaha. I am no longer the Geo
Look
Archon.
at his
I
face.
can sense it.
He is so
Today I am
sad
just
now,
an ordinary citizen.
so
here.
emotional. But
Even you had such a fate.
he is a god and
Let's get the
he
difficult
अपनी
part
फील्ड में
out of
कुछ
the
पाना
way.
पड़ेगा जाहिर तो नहीं कर सकते
I
कि
cannot
फेस से बेचारा
guarantee
बेचारा
that I
कितना
won't be
दुखी
awoken
है.
a second time.
No matter. If
I'm
that day
so
comes to
emotional
pass,
for him.
Liyue must prepare itself to face you.
And how will Liyue fare without Rex Lapis?
That's
Even
my
without a god
thinking.
above, this remains a nation of men. I was once their god. I ought to be here to witness their rise and fall.
All
Okay.
life is shaped and then ground away by the endless flow of time. You were always the strongest among us. Yet, it would seem that even you have been eroded. That's unimportant. Fate is ordained by heaven. Even if our mission had already concluded, it would be cowardly not to strike out on the road of departure.
Yes, that's
You
right.
may live forever, doomed to a lonely existence. Yet, even this is temporary. When you reach the end of time, those people, those past and future relationships predetermined by fate,
Yes, that's
they
right,
will
bro.
be waiting for you.
I do not pretend to match your rhetoric when it comes to the subject of a life long lived. I fear that the life of an elemental being is longer than any in this world.
Were it not so, you would have killed me long ago, and would not be having to face me again now.
You've brought a smile to my face. When all is said and done, a reunion between old friends is an auspicious occasion.
That day in the chasm, did you hesitate?
A heart of stone is a heart nonetheless. But I am the god of contracts, and was for a time a god of the people of Liyue.
You
Yes,
chose
that's right, bro.
justice, but did not forsake your kindness. You came to me not as an assassin, and so I was willingly sealed away.
The movements of the Earth Dragon can tremble the earth and shake the heavens. With your abilities,
That's right,
even
bro.
at my full strength, I struggled to confront you. Let alone seal you away.
Hence my inception. Do not forget that I was there with Liyue's founder. The face may have changed, but the content of the contract remains intact.
Yes,
Old
that's
friend.
right.
God of contracts.
Yeah, this quest is making me so emotional.
Our agreement.
Those friends are.
Thank you, Ishtaha.
My life is nigh on eternal. I will go on with the infinite flow of time. And you, Morax, you too will live for many a day to come.
Yes.
You're leaving?
Look at
If it
him
is fated,
face.
Morax,
It's so sad
we
right
will
now.
meet again.
So guys, that's our video. This is the end of the quest right
Yes.
now.
Don't be
We
alarmed.
meet again
He's
soon in the
only
next
asleep.
content. तो मैं ज़रा इस टाइम कर रहा हूँ दोपहर को बहुत शोर होता है तो शायद
In
मेरा ना
fact,
थोड़ा
we have
बहुत
yet
शोर
to
वैसे
meet
ही
the real
थोड़ा वही
Kunjun.
डिस्टर्ब हो रही है लेकिन इंशाल्लाह हम करेंगे इसका कुछ इंशाल्लाह जल्दी इसको रिकॉर्ड किया ताकि जहाँ हमें
He
वो
was.
इसमें डिस्टर्ब ना करे तो हम फिर
Centuries may
मिलते हैं
have
तब तक
passed
के
since
लिए
then,
अल्लाह हाफिज़ टेक केयर
but
एंड
events
गुड
from
बाय
1,000 years ago
in the next content अल्लाह
remain
हाफिज़
crystal clear in my mind.
In our last tale, Rex Lapis was walking alone in the mountains. He heard a remote voice, unlike any other, coming from a crack in the earth.
Most of the ancient geo-life forms that live below Liyue are blind, having not seen the sunlight for an age.
The voice was sometimes sad and song-like. Other times it was loud and thunderous. The Lord of Geo searched here and there before finally unearthing a strange stone from the bedrock.
That's how Ishtaha was. I answered his wish and took him above ground.
The Lord of Geo took pity on the rock spirit and carved it into a magnificent work of craftsmanship, a vivid representation of a dragon.
I bestowed him with a pair of eyes to see the world and came to an agreement with him.
With his fingers, he made 2 eyes, quicker than words could tell. Lightning flashed and thunder roared, and a living, breathing dragon soared into the clouds.
I agreed to let him live among the people above ground. But if the day ever came when he brought ruin to order, he would once again be sealed in the dark.
The dragon accompanied the Lord of Geo, fighting campaigns alongside him in the 4 corners of the world. We have a saying to eulogize these events. The crash of a spear brought billowing dust. The mountains and waters made way at the sound. The sight of a dragon bestowed with a touch the promise of rainwater blessing the ground.